Listen.
Yes.
Hmm?
Hmm?
Hmm. Nah. Yo.
Kasuga-kun. Follow me.
So, who's the guy you wanted me to meet?
An old friend of yours. He prefers to meet with you alone, if that's possible.
I don't get it. Did he rescue you?
More or less. Thing is, he's with the Omi Alliance.
What's his name?
I don't know. He wouldn't tell me.
Guess I'll have to ask him myself.
Pretty much.
It's been a while, Aniki.
Mitsu. Holy shit! Mitsu! You're okay!
I don't know if okay is the right word. But I seem to be doing better than you, at least.
What's going on, man? I never caught up with you after I got out of prison. Have you seen Arakawa-san recently?
Nah, us peons hardly ever see him these days.
So I've heard.
Not happy about that myself. Even though we're Omi Alliance now, inside, I'm still Arakawa.
Ah, so you're Omi too.
Yeah. I had to rescue Zhao in secret. If they find out, I'll be executed.
Doesn't that mean you shouldn't be talking to me?
It does. But I had to say one thing to you. I can't say much else, but you need to know.
What?
Arakawa-san, he's about to go all in with his next gamble. When that happens, you'll need strong allies.
More than he's already got?
I can't say anymore. I'm sorry.
Mitsu.
I'll be in touch.
So what's going to happen to the Yokohama Lumang?
Damn, going straight for the jugular, huh? Well, obviously, Mabuchi's ruined everything. The Great Wall is full of holes now. If the Omi decide to invade, it'll crumble.
Is there any hope?
I don't know. But if we don't patch up the wall, it's all over. And with me like this.
Man, it hurts just looking at that.
Hurts having it. That's why I'm thinking of stepping down.
Huh?
It doesn't matter so much who the boss of the Liumang is. In the end, the only thing that really matters is whether my men have a place to call home. You get it?
Yeah. I know the Lumang origin story.
Ah. Then you know why we formed in the first place. I don't know if I can keep us going anymore. I was never that great at it. Not like my father.
But who's the next leader gonna be if you step down?
I have someone in mind. Someone who's tough, bold. Friend of yours, actually.
What? Who?
Songhui-san.
Song Hui? You'd give the Lumang to the Komi Jewel?
Yeah, I know. Up to now, the two factions have been like oil and water. But the world's changing. Walls are crumbling. If we don't start banding together, none of us will survive. Not everyone will accept the merger, of course. I'm sure we'll lose members. But that hasn't changed the overall situation for the Eugene 3. It's join or die.
Yeah. I think I see what you're saying.
Do you?
You figure Songhui will keep the Liumang from going extinct. Meanwhile, the Komiju will get a new home. So both your people and her people will be better off. Everyone's a big, happy family.
Well, you don't have to put it like that exactly. Soft sweetheart terms and shit.
Yeah, I do. You're a good guy with a big ol' heart. I kinda figured.
Do we really have to do this? I can't be that annoyed with you. The E-Gene 3 do owe you a lot. The Seiryu clan's probably singing anthems about you.
Yeah, speaking of, I think I'll visit the chairman and see how grateful he really is.
Sounds like you plan on making a big request.
But I have some idea of how this fake bill ended up in your pocket.
There's just something I want to ask him. I think he'll be willing to talk about more secret shit now, don't you think?
He should. We all owe you big time. You sure don't hesitate to cash in on favors. Well, give my regards to him when you see him.
Watch me.
Let's go! Take this! Get alive!
I don't miss. Eyes on me.
Check this out!
Next time.
いらっしゃいませ。ありがとうございました。
か文句でもあるのか。
Mission imperative.
Well,
I got this.
上がってこいよ。
Get alive!
Let's go.
Okay.
Don't
You're
get caught.
上がってこいよ。なめんなよ。
Cool.
Let's go.
Show me what you got.
Watch me.
I got this.
Take your best shot.
上がってこいよ。Are you quick enough?
Let's go.
You wanna fight live?
Come on in.
Yeah.
なめるな。
You're in it now.
Take your best shot.
You're in for it.
Hey, hey!
What was?
Let's go.
Yeah. I'm up.
Well,
こいつで。行くぜ。
Don't get caught.
Cool. Check this out.
Let's do it.
Okay.
you're in.
I got this. Oh yeah? Have fun with this.
Just watch me.
Take this. It ends here. Get serious.
Take your best shot. Let's go.
The enemy is defeated.
Man, it's killing me.
Thanks to your investment, I was able to get a ton of new equipment for the shop. Seriously, thank you so much. This means I can make a whole lot more stuff.
Hey, no worries. Helping this place helps me out too, you know?
Well, I'll do all I can to show my gratitude. Hope you'll keep coming back.
Yeah.
Man, my back is killing me.
Almost there. Ugh. That's what I'm talking about. It works, right?
파티の貸しだ
Well,
Wanna fight? Yeah. Come on now.
you're in for it now.
You may enter.
Thank you, Chairman Hoshino. Captain Takabe said it would be okay for us to talk.
I heard. And I believe I already know why you've come. You've done us a great service. I would not still be leader of this clan if it weren't for you.
Does that mean the Seiryu clan's gonna pull through?
I can't say for sure yet. About 20 to 30% of our men defected to the Omi. The ones who stayed are grumbling behind my back. And it's hard to blame them. They just found out the Jincho standoff was all a sham.
Zhao told me he's giving up his position as the leader of the Liumang. Songhui is going to lead them.
Yes, I know.
You just know everything, huh?
Not everything. But I'll tell you what I do know. Eventually, the Seiryu clan will succumb to the Omi Alliance.
What?
For people who had nowhere to live outside the gray zones, the Great Wall of Muscle was their only protection. Now it's crumbling. That's a matter of life or death for them. Already rumors are flying into Jincho's political circles. Rumors that Ogikubo's lost his touch. I'm sure Aoki got those whispers going. He never lets a good crisis go to waste.
Oh, really?
Aoki knows it would destroy the party if it ever revealed their chair, Ogikubo, forged money for years. Now Aoki can easily blackmail Ogikubo and force him to step down. Aoki will become the new party chair.
I don't get it. Why does he want to take Ogikubo's place so bad?
The party chair manages elections, so in that role, Aoki could nominate anyone he wants. He'll control the ruling party. Therefore, he'll control the nation.
The whole country will be under his thumb?
Yes. Especially if I'm right about his next move. I think he's gonna try to dissolve Parliament.
Dissolve Parliament? At a time like this? That's insane!
Prime Minister, I understand how you must feel, being unable to rely on Ogikubo-sensei. But honestly, I have the power to support you better than he ever could. If an election were held today, I could guarantee you 2/3 of the seats, minimum.
Do you have a solid plan for doing that?
Yes. I'll send Bleach Japan to the districts where the Citizens' Liberal Party is weakest. Bleach Japan can influence votes anywhere. They're incredibly popular. Plus, they have my endorsement. A victory for the party would, of course, move your personal political goals forward.
Oh.
Tell me, do you think you have the power to maintain the party's stability right now? We don't want it breaking up for lack of support from Ogikubo-sensei.
You can talk that way to the house, but not to me.
Appoint me to party chair and hold an election. If you don't, I'll be forced to make public the nature of Ogikubo-sensei's crimes. That would mean the end of not only your administration, but the party itself.
But there's no precedent for someone serving as both governor and party chair. Besides, you're much too young.
If age is what you want, start digging for some old fossil who can stop me. That is, if you think you can find one. Anyone in particular come to mind?
Aoki's scheme to destroy the Great Wall worked. Now he's got Mabuchi and the Omi at his command. So much power, vested in just one man. And it had to be Masato Arakawa. Kasuga, I know you never intended to be at the center of all this. It was pure coincidence that you were there when the soap landowner died. Wouldn't you agree?
Yep. Lucky me.
But one thing I don't believe is a coincidence, is that you ended up in Ijincho.
Huh? What do you mean?
Do you still have that fake bill?
Yeah. Didn't you say you knew how it ended up on me?
Yes. Only one person in the world could have put that bill in your pocket.
Who? Who is it?
Masumi Arakawa himself.
Arakawa-san? No, he's the one who shot me.
Yes, I'm aware he shot you. But did you ever consider that maybe he did that so you would end up here?
What?
That fake bill was his letter of introduction between you and me. It was to let me know that you were one of Masumi Arakawa's men.
Kind of a weird way to introduce us, don't you think?
I think what it means is Arakawa's goals do not align with those of Ryo Aoki.
Well, then, what are Arakawa's goals?
I really can't say. But I do know that he means business. He wouldn't have used that bill if he didn't.
Chairman, how exactly do you know Arakawa-san?
Well, that's a long story. And there's a much better place than here to tell it. Heian Tower.
Heian Tower.
Yes. That's where my fate intertwined with Arakawa's. He sure seems to be partial to Peking duck.
Yeah.
Let's have it for lunch tomorrow. My treat. I'll make the reservation.
Listen. Okay. Hmm? Hmm. Huh. Yo. Hey.
Hey, Ichiban. Wanna grab a drink with me?
Sure. But you really know how to knock 'em back, Sachan. Promise me you'll keep it to one or two.
Oh, come on. It's no big deal if we drink more than that. It's not like I'm gonna make a move on ya.
Well, that's a bummer. So, hey, you're technically still a mama at a hostess club, right?
Yeah, but I didn't found the place. I was promoted to mama after Nonomiya saw that I was the best hostess there.
If you're that good a hostess, you'll be bored drinking with me. I ain't much for clever conversation.
Don't be so hard on yourself. It takes practice. I definitely wasn't a natural at it. But neither of us is looking for tips right now, so who cares?
Okay. So what's happening with the club now? Still going strong, even without Nonomiya?
I've got the girls holding down the fort. They should be fine, barring any earthquakes. Or ex-boyfriends.
Oh, pretty impressive that you trust your staff to run the whole joint.
They know the basics of the business. I'm the kind of mama who teaches her youngsters well.
If you do say so yourself.
Well, I do. But of course, it was that desire to educate that caused all the drama in my family.
Was that all the stuff with Nanoha and your dad that you mentioned before?
Yeah. At least things have simmered down among us recently. Thanks to you guys. My dad's in a real nursing home now, and Nanoha's looking for a more legit job like she had before.
So you call them pretty often?
Oh, no. Never. I just have my hostesses secretly check in on them every now and then. Nanoha doesn't want to see me. She'd be furious.
Why? You two really can't get along?
That's an understatement. I haven't seen her in 7 years. I do call her up sometimes, but she never wants to meet in person. I'd like to, though, and I tell her that. She turns me down every time. Guess I have no one to blame but myself, really.
I'm listening.
It's a boring story. You sure you want to hear it?
That's right, you do. I don't care if it's so boring it puts history professors to sleep. As long as it's from you, I'm all ears.
So I have your express permission to rant for the next 10 hours, and you'll sit here and listen?
Hell yeah.
Well, that's sweet of you.
Thanks. So go ahead. How come you don't get along with Nanoha?
Well, I think it's because I was just too controlling. I always had something to say about everything she did. My mom was sick throughout our whole childhood, so I felt like I had to take care of my shy little sister.
Little sister? But you're the same age, unless there's a new kind of twin I don't know about?
Of course we're the same age. Her personality just always made her seem younger. She was so timid. I was the one with the guts, just like Mom. It's probably why Mom trusted me more than Dad. He was closer to Nanoha since she took after him.
I gotcha.
Dad wasn't earning much from the little company he ran back then. I tried to help him out by getting a part-time job in high school. Didn't take me long to figure out nightlife entertainment was where the real money was. Pretty soon, I was essentially the breadwinner of the family. And after Mom died, even more so. All I wanted was for Nanoha to get into a good college and live an honest life.
But you think that came off as controlling to her?
Yeah. I told her which college to go to. Insisted she become some sort of white-collar professional. But the straw that really broke the camel's back was me chiming in about her new boyfriend. I listed every red flag I could possibly think of, then I asked her if the dude raised any of them.
What, like you made a physical list?
Yeah. Stuff like being dirty, acting douchey at restaurants, condescending towards women, always name-dropping. There were a lot. I went too far, honestly. But you know what? The bastard did fit a lot of them. She was like, oh, but he's getting it together. He's starting a consulting firm. But I told her to dump his ass.
I'm betting she didn't like that.
No, she did not. She threw stuff, screamed herself hoarse, cried. Even my freaking dad cried seeing all the drama.
Oh, jeez. It was that intense?
I think it always bothered him that he couldn't make enough money to help my mom. He was embarrassed I made more than he did. I remember, after he found out what my pay was, he just started doing whatever I said. And then all of a sudden, during this fight, he started sobbing about how he should have helped Nanoha break free from me.
Sounds like he was finally letting out everything he'd bottled up.
Yeah. And it turned out Nanoha's boyfriend problem was just the beginning. Because in that moment, I realized my family was distancing themselves from me.
Sachan.
It was, 7 or 8 years ago when I decided to leave home and just focus on work. Imagine how it felt when Nonomiya called and told me about this new family trouble. How Nanoha chose to work at a soap land instead of asking me for help. I was shocked. I really was.
Just in case it ever comes up, we're all supposed to pretend you don't know she was working at Otohime Land, right?
Knowing my sister, she'd die of embarrassment if she found out I know.
Well, then the charade must go on.
I think I had one too many after all. I didn't plan on talking for so long. But thanks for getting a drink with me, Ichiban.
Everyone's going through something. Having a friend to talk to just makes it a little easier. Hey, Namba. You good?
Oh, Ichiban. Perfect timing. Guess you could already tell that, yeah, I've got to get something off my chest. You got a sec?
Long as you promise it'll be a two-way street.
What do you mean?
I mean, you've got to let me weigh in, not just sit here like a wall.
I doubt you're gonna want to get involved.
Moron, I'm already involved. Real friends get in each other's shit.
I guess that makes us real friends then for sure.
Right? So, enough stalling. Spit it out.
Promise you won't tell a soul?
Yeah, cross my heart.
Okay, so last night I had a hankering for a nightcap, so I dragged my ass down here. But it was late. The bartender wasn't around, and so I'm sitting here all by myself. Then I start thinking, what would be the harm in helping myself to a small pour? Just a shot, really. Figured I could pay it back later, you know? That's when I see it. An unopened legend malt, shining in the dark like it had my name on it.
What's a legend malt?
A super high-end whiskey. The king of kings. One glass is at least 10 grand.
Get out of here.
I know, right? I couldn't dream of buying a shot, much less a glass. But I figured a drop would be okay.
I don't exactly sell it by the drop, dude.
Well, you're right. But I took one anyway, because who was gonna stop me? I poured just a drop onto my hand. And when that sweet honey touched my tongue, I went straight to heaven.
It was that good?
Best whiskey I've ever had in my life. A taste that I felt through my whole body. A fruity aroma that I can still smell if I try. I'm telling you, it was pure magic. All my cares just melted away.
It's really that good? They don't call it the legend for nothing, huh?
Yep. Packs a legendary punch, too. Next thing I know, I'm staring down an empty bottle.
Wait. Don't tell me you drank it all?
I did. Guess I blacked out or something. But the fact remains, I downed at least 100 grand worth of whiskey.
What'd the bartender say?
Well, you think I actually told him? What's he gonna do, hand me a bill that'll never get paid? What I did instead was I found the nearest mini-mart, grabbed the cheapest whiskey I could find, and replaced it.
Wait, so the whiskey in the Legend Malt bottle right now is...
Horse piss. To the brim.
Dude, someone's gonna find out eventually, you know?
I know. Why do you think I'm so stressed out? So come on, Kuska. What would you do if you were me?
If it were me, I'd... Let's see. If anything, I'd stay calm and let things play out.
Well, how is that gonna solve anything?
Think about it. Drinking whiskey like that was a once-in-a-lifetime experience, right?
Well, yeah.
And whatever's in that bottle won't get discovered for a while. So why panic about it now? If you stay calm about it, I'm sure you'll eventually stumble on a solution.
That's weirdly reassuring, but also vague.
I'm telling you, don't sweat it. Things are gonna work out.
Okay, I'll sit on it for a bit. I knew you were the guy to ask.
Well, if it isn't my two favorite vagabonds. Why are you two not drinking?
We were just figuring out some life stuff.
Without me? At least you saved me a seat.
Of course we did. Shall we?
I'm in the mood for something special today, and I know this place has some killer whiskey.
You want whiskey?
Yeah, there a problem?
Not exactly a problem.
Good. I was thinking we could do something fancy for once.
You don't mean...
Bartender, I'll take a 12-year-old silver malt on the rocks.
You sure? It's 1,500 yen a glass.
What? A girl can't reward herself every now and again?
Oh, thank God.
We're gonna shit our pants every time someone orders a whiskey now, aren't we?
No doubt about that.
Hidachi-san, either I need my eyes checked or you actually bought a drink from the bar.
Oh, it's just water.
Giving your liver a rest? That's rare for you.
Nah, it's only because I don't have the money for sake right now. Not even sneaking it in from the convenience store.
Damn, you're that broke, huh?
I forgot to set aside something for this one big expenditure I have every month. It's stupid.
What expenditure? You in debt or something?
Nah, nothing like that. I've been sending Takashi money.
Oh, isn't Takashi-kun the son of the guy who was arrested on false charges?
Yeah, Kasumi. And he was arrested because I didn't believe Takashi's testimony.
Yeah, but you also tried to get Kusumi released, right? Or Nouchi's the one who shot it down.
Doesn't matter whose fault it is. Nothing will bring Kasumi back from the dead. And you don't know how shitty it got for Takashi. First his dad killed himself, then his mom passed away from grief. Poor kid ended up in an orphanage. Well, ever since then, I've been sending Takashi money every month. Under a fake name, of course.
Why a fake name?
because Takashi wouldn't accept money from me. I'm one of the cops who locked up his old man. So I started sending money to him under the pseudonym Yamada.
That's a hell of a good deed, Adachi-san. But wouldn't Takashi wonder why the heck some stranger named Yamada-san was sending money?
Oh, I didn't overlook that. See, I played this Yamada-san character as a rich guy with a passion for philanthropy. And it worked. Takashi took the money without thinking twice about it.
A passion for philanthropy, huh? Oh shit. I think I feel some tears coming on, man.
Huh? Hey, what's up with you?
I never knew how hard you were trying to do the right thing. And you're still doing it, even after you lost your job, knowing you'll never get credit. Still helping out Takashi-kun. Adachi-san, you're a man among men.
I didn't mean to yank on your heartstrings so much.
Seriously, man, doing that for 20 years is freaking amazing.
I just figured it was the least I could do for the kid, you know?
That's not how I would describe it, especially now that you no longer have a job.
Well, that's a good point.
You know, isn't Takashi-kun all grown up by now?
He's 25.
Don't you think he should be able to stand on his own 2 feet at this point?
Well, except now he's prepping for law school, so...
Oh yeah? He wants to be a lawyer?
Yep. Another blood-sucking lawyer. Nah, but maybe it won't corrupt him that much. I mean, he's a good kid. You know, he writes me a letter every month and thanks me for the money. Those letters are how I know he's trying to get into law school.
Maybe he was inspired to do that because of what happened to his dad.
I wondered the same thing. That's why I thought I'd keep helping him until he passes the bar exam.
The bar exam's supposed to be pretty tough, yeah?
Yeah. Well, he's been studying his ass off for the exam since college. It hasn't been easy for him. He lives on wages from his part-time job and the money I send him. Doesn't go out or party, just studies.
Sure hope he passes then.
Hopefully he'll manage to do it this year.
Hopefully you'll be okay sending him money until then. It's gotta be rough.
Well, to tell you the truth, that's a big factor. If he can't support himself soon, I don't think my heart's gonna hold up under the stress of all my stupid money troubles.
No kidding. Now it all makes sense why you're broke.
No, thanks. Hope you're rooting for me, at least.
Yeah, of course I'm rooting for you.
Good. Then what do you say to buying me a drink?
Oh, I walked right into that one.
Come on, a clink of the glass would be music to my ears.
Fine, fine. Not like I can say no after a story like that. Hey, bartender, can I get in an order?
Hello, Kasuga-san. I must say this place is quite comfortable.
Yeah, ain't it? Also, seriously, man, how's a guy make drinking alone look so cool? Guess it's easy when you're as handsome as you.
That's kind of you to say. Why don't you let me buy you a drink?
Yo, for real? Hey, now you're speaking my language, man.
You certainly are a mysterious one, Kasuga-san. Sungri speaks highly of you as well. I dare say it makes me jealous.
Oh, come on. Speaking of, have you been with her long? You've got this butler and lady of the house thing going on.
It's only been 3 years since I was brought into the Komijul. I can't say it's been long.
No shit.
Up until then, I was with a group called the Jingon Mafia. I was their leader's body double.
Body double? You mean like a decoy? Just like the real thing?
Indeed. If my master was ever targeted by our enemies, I was to be killed in his place. That was my duty.
I didn't figure people still did that kind of stuff. Wait, does that mean your face is...
An imitation, yes. What you see is a result of large-scale plastic surgery. But I'll have you know my previous face was rather handsome as well. A shame not a single picture of it exists anymore.
Really? Out the window then, huh?
In a manner of speaking, yes.
So that means Junki Han isn't your real name either, right? What's your real name then?
Surely we're not that close yet, are we?
Come on. First step in becoming friends is calling each other by name, right?
Well, isn't this awkward? I'm afraid I'm the type to want a bit more distance with people.
That how it was with the Jingon Mafia? From the name, I'm guessing it was some sort of Korean Yakuza-like thing?
Weren't you once a member of the Tojo clan, Kasuga-san? I'm surprised you've never heard of the Jingon Mafia.
I was in the clink for a long time.
The Jingon Mafia and the Tojo clan clashed in the 1980s, long before you were serving time.
The 80s? Dude, that's 40 years ago. I was just a baby back then. Doubt I even had hair.
Yes, I had yet to be born myself. Regardless, early in the decade, the Tojo clan attacked the Jingon Mafia and massacred a great number of them. Around 30 or so.
30?
Back then, Kamurocho was the most sought-after territory in all of Asia. I've heard the conflicts for control were rather intense. The Tojo clan was incredibly strong, and they made sure it was a well-known fact.
Still, to off 30 of them is...
To get their revenge, the Jingon Mafia main arm in Korea sent even more members to Japan, some of them as undercover agents. But deception is a tricky business, and all who could not strike at the heart of the Tojo clan were considered failures and forbidden from returning. In the end, those that couldn't carry out the mission were abandoned and left without any place to go. One of them happened to be my father.
Then, you were born here, in Japan?
Yes, but be that as it may, I don't recall being welcomed here. I wasn't even accepted by any Korean communities either. My family was treated like slime and kicked out from wherever we went. We came to be called the Stray Jingon Mafia, running away whenever we were discovered.
Slimes who run away, huh? If you're slimes who run away, the reason they chase you is because you're worth tons of experience.
I get it. You're into video games, aren't you, Kasuga?
Yeah, I played a lot as a kid.
Well, you might be surprised to learn I am too. We should talk shop sometime.
Hell yeah! So, what happened to the straight Jingon after that?
Enter the 21st century, the winter of 2006. Around the time I turned 20, the Jingon Mafia from the mainland made an all-out assault against the Tojo clan. But even as that happened, the stray Jingon Mafia received not a word of warning. We were left completely in the dark. Our fathers were entirely forgotten by the countrymen that sent them here.
You don't say. I might know a guy who could sympathize with that.
Oh?
Yeah, He's right in front of you. I got tossed out by my family and locked up for 18 years.
Oh, that's right. That must be why I can't bring myself to hate you, Kasuga-san.
So, what happened to the Jingon's big all-out attack?
Despite their careful planning, they were ultimately crushed by the Tojo clan. Ironically, those that survived came from all over to join those of us in the stray Jingon Mafia. It was a miserable sight. Both sides cut off from home and left with no choice but to band together in the social sewer of a country that wasn't theirs.
Sounds like you struggled. Wouldn't know it from looking at you, though.
I could say the same to you.
Yeah, finally starting to warm up to me?
It would seem so. I haven't been acting much like myself today. I had a great time drinking with you, Kasuga-san. I truly mean that.
So whatever happened to the real Jungi Han? What's he up to now?
He revived the Jingon Mafia roughly 3 years ago, and at that time had taken over a considerable portion of Kamurocho. But he was shot in the head and killed. I was absent at the time.
And it all came crashing down, huh? Wait, then that means... Can't you use your real name now? Why keep up the body double thing? You're not trying to become the real Jungi Han, are you?
Who can say? But that's none of your concern, is it, Kasuga-san? Or am I wrong?
Nah, you got me there.
Farewell.
Guess he's not the type to open up so easily. I'll just have to keep drinking with him. Check that fruit out. Didn't notice this was a persimmon tree. And damn, it's a big one, ain't it?
Hello there. Are you out for a stroll too? It's the perfect weather for it.
Yeah, sure.
Hey, Kana-chan?
You guys taking a walk too?
Yes, staying cooped up in the house doesn't do much for one's health. So we step out for a walk from time to time.
Oh, cool.
Not like it matters. I'm going to die soon anyway. Once that persimmon falls from that tree, my life is over.
There you go again with that nonsense. Sorry about that.
Nah, don't sweat it.
Well, if you'll excuse us, let's go, Kana-chan.
That girl. Wonder if she's sick. When the persimmon falls from the branch, huh?
That face is always so creepy. I wonder why.
Huh? feel like I've seen it somewhere.
No way.
No, really, I think I have. Yeah, we definitely know someone who looks like this.
Oh, it's Adachi-san!
Oh.
Well, give me a break. I'm a little more put together than that.
Actually, don't you think it looks a little too divine to be Adachi-san?
Now that you mention it, yeah. Sorry, Adachi-san. Guess it's not you at all.
I'm about to lose it with you two.
No, Yakuza!
Don't waste my time.
Watch me.
I got this!
You're gonna be in a world.
I don't miss.
Take your best shot.
Here we go.
Eyes on me.
Gotta help.
Bring it on.
You're gonna get stomped.
Take
You're
your
gonna be in a
best
world
shot.
of hurt.
Let's go.
You're in for it now.
その程度でカード取ってんの
My turn.
Do something. Ready now.
Good times. Now it's done. Well,
Right. Gotta help.
eyes on me.
Cool!
You're gonna get stomped.
Check this out!
I'm up.
Watch me. I'm afraid.
Chief. My friend's got some questions about the day I was dumped in this town.
Yeah. I want to know why you didn't just abandon Ichiban or dump him at a hospital. If you don't mind telling us, I'm sure we'd all appreciate it.
I see. Fine. I'll tell you. It's as good a time as any.
What?
There's an old tradition in this homeless camp. A responsibility passed down through the chiefs for many years.
What responsibility?
On occasion, when we're asked, we dispose of bodies.
What?
Bodies?
Yeah. There's a Yakuza family from Kamurocho who pays us to do it. They're called Arakawa.
Arakawa? Seriously? They, was this going on while they were still Tojo?
I don't know every detail, but yes. The arrangement existed at that time. It existed before I started living here. We've dealt with all kinds of bodies, whether they've been shot, stabbed, beaten, no matter how nasty. We dug holes and buried them under garbage. Who knows how many are there now? Back during the bubble, we got one every month. Or so I was told. Since I became chief, there's only been 3.
Damn. Arakawa the assassin.
But there's one more secret rule. It applies to anyone the Arakawa bring here alive.
A secret within the secret. Great.
What happens if they bring someone alive?
We're supposed to give the person medical aid, then let them go free, while pretending they're dead.
What's up with that?
In the criminal underworld, there's always people wanting to fake their own death. Gamblers, guys on the run, anyone who's afraid someone will hurt them. They send people like that here, and we honor the secret agreement. I think it might actually be a service the Arakawa family provides, but obviously they don't advertise it. So it ended up being a very rare event.
Is that agreement why you saved me? This live body rule?
You got it.
What sort of guy dropped me off here?
I mean, probably just someone from the family. I had no reason to check or anything. The guy lugged you out of the trunk of a car. You were covered in blood. He paid me and left. Didn't say a single thing the whole time.
I'm sorry, Ichi. You have to die. I'm counting on you, Ichi.
Huh? What the? After Arakawa-san shot me, I think he said something. I think it was, I'm counting on you, Ichi.
What would that even mean?
No clue. But the more I think about it, the more I'm sure he said that.
Look, Ichiban.
What?
I don't want to dash your hopes or anything. But when you were dumped here, you were on death's doorstep. You're only alive because everything I did went exactly the way we needed it to. But it could have easily gone a different way. I know you want to trust Arakawa, but...
I think Arakawa-san had to shoot me. All the other Yakuza at that meeting were watching him.
Huh?
Never mind. You don't get it. Forget I said anything.
You know, a long time ago, this road was used primarily by men on horseback. You might have even seen some of those fancy white horses.
Oh yeah? Think there might have been a Prince Charming up on one of those?
A bunch of fairy tale nonsense if you ask me. Then and now.
Wow, you must be really fun at parties.
Nah, I bet they're around even now. At Prince's, I mean.
Huh?
A prince on a white horse in modern times would be like... I guess it'd be like a handsome dude rolling through in a fancy foreign car. Slap Jungi Han in a nice car, instant prince.
You have literally no filter, do you?
Oh, now hold on. I don't believe I'm entirely fit to play a prince.
I don't hear you denying the handsome part.
Excuse me. You wouldn't be Ichiban Kasuga, would you?
Eh? I mean, yeah, that's me.
Oh, I should introduce myself. My name's Kaede Tono. I knew I'd get to see you again someday.
Hey, Kaede-chan? Sorry, but do we know each other?
We did meet once, a long time ago. I was assaulted on the streets of Kamurocho, but you came to my rescue before any harm was done.
Kamurocho. You sure it was me you ran into? My memory's kind of hazy on that.
Well, I guess it's not that important. It was a long time ago.
That sucks. Thought I'd remember helping out such a cutie.
Oh, please. Cute is the last thing I am. Anyway, I didn't get the chance to thank you back then. I just couldn't say anything at the time.
Well, it's nice that you still remember me. But you know, if we were both in Kamurocho, then why didn't we run into each other again?
That's the thing. I rarely set foot outside because of my illness. I couldn't even go to school. That's probably why we never saw each other around. I had really hoped we would catch up sooner, but I guess time waits for no one. Eventually, I realized you had packed up and left town for good.
Oh.
But I decided I would find you someday, somehow, and express my gratitude then. So, yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. Glad to see you're healthy, too.
Well, I'm no longer confined to a hospital bed, I can tell you that much. I'm free to roam the world now. So I guess I'm trying to cross things off my bucket list. And the first thing on it was finding you.
Oh, yeah? So even though this girl only met me once, she's been waiting for me all this time. And here I was thinking no one gave a damn about me being gone. Almost makes me want to cry. All right, then let's go out to celebrate. In honor of your return to the outside world.
You mean it? I would love to. Though, the way we're talking about it makes it seem like I just got out of prison.
Yeah. Why would I know anything about that?
Well, I'm happy either way. So are we leaving right now? If you have things to do, I could always wait.
Yeah, I'm good to go. Shall we?
Okay, then lead the way.
Only thing is, I have no idea what kind of things she'd be into. What would make her happy? Well, how about an arcade? Nothing cheers you up like a good game.
Oh, I'd love that. I've actually never been to an arcade.
No way. Really? Right. You've been stuck inside a hospital this whole time. Well, let's head on over.
Okay. へえ。
Yeah.
「横に移動だよ」「一気ストップ」「どこを狙うかが重要だよ」「狙いを決めて」そんなところで止めちゃってどうだ。狙いを決めてそんなところで止めちゃってどうだ。コングラチュレーション。また来てね。
Hmm?
Hmm?
Hey.
Yeah? Hmm? Okay.
Eh?
Ah.
Well,
You're in it now.
be still.
I'm not backing down.
Come on now. Oh yeah?
Right. This out. Here I
Next time.
Damn. Ugh. Ugh. Shouldn't have picked a fight with some psycho.
Take it from me, you're better off finding a temp job. You okay, Kaede-chan?
Kasuga-san, I'm fine, thanks to you. You protected me just like before. Even after all these years, you're still my one and only hero.
Right. If you say so.
It's getting pretty dark out. Guess that means our date's almost over. Hey, Kasuga-san?
Huh?
There's one more place I'd like to go. Would you mind staying with me just a little longer?
Sure.
Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. I've always wanted to see the town lit up at night like this.
It is a sight to see. Never thought a view like this was in my own backyard. You know, it's crazy how we met up out of nowhere. Especially after all this time.
Yeah, tell me about it. You know, I would watch you all the time from my hospital room.
Wait, watch me doing what?
Well, at first, I only heard your voice. You were really loud, so that's what initially got my attention. Give me back my change, or Mitsu's still eating. I would hear that kind of thing every day.
Yeah, that does sound a lot like me.
At first, I wasn't sure what to think of you, but I warmed up to you pretty quick. Instead of lying around in bed wondering whether I'd live or die, I had someone else to focus on. Whenever you were in short sleeves, I knew it was summer. Or when you wore a scarf, I knew it was winter.
Really? Damn, if I'd known I was being watched, I would have worn cooler stuff.
No, what you wore was perfect. It reflected the true you, Kasuga-san. The man I fell in love with.
Huh? You serious? Oh, hold on. Did I hear you right? You love me?
I hope that's not a problem. Hey, Kasuga-san? Live long and stay happy for both of us.
Huh?
Hey, no loitering, you drunk! Hey, who were you babbling to just now?
Oh, sorry. Didn't mean to make a scene or anything. Huh?
You wasted, big guy? Maybe you need to walk down to the station.
No, officer. No need for that. I was just about to leave.
Yeah? Well, I suggest you get on home. Don't be a nuisance.
Okay. Maybe we'll meet again. When it's my time.
I'll tell you
how it's done.
Well,
You're gonna get stomped.
don't get caught. Now. Take this.
Are you quick enough?
You're gonna be in a world of hurt.
Take this out.
Here we go.
I got this.
I'm ready now.
Don't get cocky. I'm up.
I'm not backing down.
Watch me.
You're gonna get stopped.
Cool. Get alive.
Right. Not help.
The enemy is defeated.
Students now.
可别吓得尿裤
Do your
子。
worst.
Well, don't get cocky.
I don't miss.
You're gonna be in a world of
Get alive.
I'm not backing
Come on
down.
now. Let's go.
Here we go.
Take your best shot.
Bring it on.
Try this on your side. Here I
Let's go.
You're on.
You're gonna be in a world.
Watch me.
来啊！
Come on.
Right. Check this out. This is my
Eyes on me.
Cool. Next time. Nice.
Sup?
Hi.
Hmm?
Oh. Okay. Yeah. Hmm? Yeah. お
ありがとうございます。はい。
Wow.
ありがとうございます。
I went ahead and got started.
You sure you don't mind treating me?
What? Are you actually able to pay?
Wish I could, but I don't think they'd take this.
You don't sound like you're gonna relax during this meal.
Depends on what you say. Hopefully I'll relax enough to enjoy the duck. So, how do you know Arakawa-san? I'm on the edge of my seat here.
It wasn't long after the war the counterfeit bills started being produced in Ijincho. It was top secret. Only the heads of the Seiryu clan and the Liumang, plus some officers, knew about it. Outside of that inner circle, they also had to hire people to smuggle the bills.
Smugglers?
And one of them was a traveling actor. His name was Toshio Arakawa. He was Masumi Arakawa's father.
What?
One day, he came to us saying he lost an entire suitcase filled with 100 mil in fake yen. No excuse in the world could have saved him. A mistake that grave required the Seiryu clan to make an example out of him for the other smugglers. But remember, only a few people at the top even knew about the counterfeiting. It wasn't a task they could hand to just anybody. So I, being next in line to inherit the clan, was entrusted to carry it out.
So did you actually...
Yes. I killed Toshio Arakawa, father of Masumi Arakawa, in this very place, 40 years ago. But I had no idea who was in the room with my target. By the time I learned it was his 14-year-old son, it was too late. I had to go through with the hit, knowing this boy would see his father die. To make my guilt even worse, later I found out why Toshio lost the fake bills. His wife and her lover had stolen them. And those two fell into the ocean and disappeared. Their corpses were never even found.
So Arakawa-san lost both his parents, one after the other.
And his only other friends, the theater troupe, disbanded soon after without their leader. Masumi Arakawa became a drifter, along with a few other actors. They couldn't trust anyone, so what other path was there for them, except becoming Yakuza in Kamurocho? Arakawa joined a low-ranking family in the Tojo clan called the Hikawa family. Life wasn't easy for him there. They were the kind of family that took hits without thinking twice.
Really?
Yes. So they were always in need of ways to dispose of a body. Masumi Arakawa was tapped to help with that, and he was extremely cautious. To do it, he started coming all the way to the homeless camp in Ijincho.
Really? Even though the family was based in Tokyo? Why?
Well, truthfully, he wanted an excuse to come to Yokohama, because it would afford him opportunities to hunt his father's killer.
I see. So Arakawa-san was using the homeless camp to dispose of bodies all the way back then.
Indeed. As for his hunt, he researched Yakuza and criminals every time he was here. All he started with was a single clue. His own childhood memory of the suspicious waiter he saw here that night. Eventually, 7 years after the murder, I received an invitation to come here. He signed his invitation Masumi Arakawa. It was a bold declaration, and I knew immediately the running would be futile. So I came here, alone. I didn't even bring a bodyguard.
Why the hell not?
Well, to put it simply, I was prepared to die.
But, I mean...
In this line of work, there are no good ways to die. And I can think of worse ways to go that would not give that boy the justice he'd earned. The memory of what I'd done to him never left me, you know. It was always like a small bone stuck in my throat. He was sitting right where you are now.
Here?
Yes. He didn't look a day over 20. But his eyes had that hard, flinty gaze of an old killer. I couldn't help myself. I told him everything. I told him why I killed Toshio Arakawa. I even told him about the secret counterfeiting. I figured I was dead anyway. He had a gun in his hand, and all he had to do was pull the trigger. But he never once interrupted me. When I'd finished, he slowly stood up. I stopped him as he turned to leave. "Didn't you come here for revenge?" I asked.
And? What did he say?
He said, "If only you had ignored my invitation, then I could have shot you in the back." Then he left.
Boss.
In 1984, the 10,000 yen bill changed from the face of Prince Shotoku to Yukichi Fukuzawa. By that time, Arakawa had found his own Yakuza family, so I sent him a gift.
What was it?
A fresh batch of crisp fake bills featuring Yukichi Fukuzawa. They were defective prints with nothing on the back. Not exactly legal tender.
Then how was that a gift?
It's hard to explain. If I had to say, it was out of gratitude.
Sure, but for what?
I should have died that day I met with Arakawa. It would have been right. And yet he spared me. Not only that, but he lifted a terrible weight from my chest. Furthermore, it's not an exaggeration to say the equilibrium among the Ijin Three continues to this day because of him.
Wow.
I owe him an unfathomable debt. And one day, I must pay it back. The defective bills were how I chose to communicate the sentiment. The counterfeiting secret is Ijincho's weakness. And it was only thanks to Arakawa that the Ijin Three could continue to secretly wield that power. But of course, that means if he ever feels like it was a mistake to let me live, he can use the fake bills to unravel everything I've built. The gift wasn't the bills themselves. They were leverage. I actually wrote something on the back to that effect. Neither justice nor mercy should tip the scale. It means that those in power must reward and punish where necessary. I felt it was an appropriate message. I suppose the writing is faded at this point.
Whoa. So that's the whole story.
Up till this moment. But now I'm sitting across from a man holding one of those fake bills. Which, of course, is a message from Arakawa that only I could understand. The message is, Masumi Arakawa sees you as a beloved family member.
Arakawa-san thinks of me as family.
He would not have placed that bill in your pocket lightly. Do you see its significance now? After everything I've told you? There is almost no doubt in my mind that Arakawa did not want you killed. So he didn't shoot you out of malice. He shot you so that you would be brought here, be saved by the homeless, and eventually meet up with me. Do you see? That's everything I can tell you.
That's plenty. Thank you, Chairman. I see it all now. I always kind of figured.
You did? Well, it's your move now. I've only told you what I know, so...
It's okay. That's enough. I trust you.
Well, I don't hear that often.
Yeah, neither do I. Not even from my friends. But those friends are trustworthy to me. And so are you. I believe everything you said. And My faith in Arakawa-san is coming back strong.
Kasuga,
Yeah?
are you a blood relative of Arakawa's?
No, it's not like that.
I see. Well, he must have been happy to have such loyalty as yours. As proud as any father, I think.